Assalamu alaikum, everybody. I'm Sufeenah. Welcome back to my show Enchanted Lessons, where we talk about important things and important issues that are prevailing in our society. The issue that I've brought up today is so important, yet people don't actually seem to notice that it is important, and people need to talk about this. The topic that we're going to discuss today are the beauty standards in our society and how it affects everybody in our society, be it a male, be it a female, a teen, or an adult. All right. So before we come to this term beauty standard and we realize its literal meaning, I want you all to answer one question. If you're talking about beauty, what is beauty for you? Now, when I asked this question to myself, what was the answer? Beauty is different when you look at it from different perspectives. All right. So, beauty is a matter of perception. And then I asked every individual of my school, what is beauty for you? And they got so confused and so blank because they they all were raised to understand and accept the fact that beauty is having a perfect body, and actually kind of reaching the beauty standards. Well, when I asked a person, I asked my English teacher, what is beauty for you? What she actually answered, and I was so amazed by her answer. She told me, I know this phrase, and I think that is what beauty is. Beauty lies in the eyes of the beholder. That is, if something is beautiful for me, it might not be beautiful for you. Say, for instance, this pen seems very beautiful to me, but you might think that this pen is ugly. You don't like the color, you don't like the structure. So basically, when I come across people, it's just an object. But what if we actually consider people and that we're considering people as beautiful and as ugly? This is such an ugly, in my perspective, such a negative term when you use it for people. Because somebody who's beautiful, who seems beautiful to me, does not cannot seem beautiful to somebody else. You know why? You know why? Because I have accepted different beauty standards, and somebody else has accepted different beauty standards. So if we come to the literal meaning of a beauty standard, it's like beauty standards are the expectations and ideals that society has for how people should look and present themselves. They vary across cultures and time periods, but they often have a significant impact on people's self-esteem, mental health, and well-being. Now, imagine the society has put forth certain things that they call beauty standards. And if you reach those beauty standards, and let me tell you, it's like you cannot reach beauty standards. It's impossible. You cannot be perfect. Beauty standards are like termed as perfect. And we humans are so imperfect. And I don't know, but I believe that being imperfect is perfectly all right. So, when we come across this term beauty standards, society has these expectations from people that they should look a certain way. We'll come to how they want people to look like. They want them to look a certain way, dress a certain way, have certain skin tones, have a particular body shape, and that is so negative. Say, for instance, somebody want, the beauty standards is standard is having a slim body for a female, and somebody does not have that. She has a muscular body. So, are you saying that that particular person is not beautiful? For the longest time, beauty standards were slim body, blonde hair, blue eyes, and a very fair skin tone. But what about the Africans? Are they not beautiful? I ask all of you, are they not beautiful? Are Indians not beautiful because they do not have like a fair skin tone? And for the longest time, we've had like creams and face wash, and you know what they promoted? A fair skin tone. That is, they promoted these negative beauty standards. The first beauty standard that we'll talk about is skincare and makeup. Women are mostly expected to invest more time and money into their skincare and makeup routines than men. They're often judged by their complexion, wrinkles, and other perceived flaws that they try to cover up to correct with various products. Well, let me tell you that makeup can be a form of self-expression and creativity. Maybe if I love to do makeup, I like to experiment with my makeup. I like to blend in some different eyeshadows and test, how contour works on my face, what could be the different hacks that I can use. That is creativity. But when you start using makeup to cover up yourself, that is when you realize that it is not something that you're using for your well-being. All right. So basically, I still remember that to this day have extremely sensitive skin. I have I have sensitive skin and I have dry skin the moment I eat something that is not suitable for my skin, or I apply something that is not suitable for my skin. So what happened this particular day? I ate some nuts. I think I ate some sunflower seeds and some pumpkin seeds. And what happened was that my skin went totally dry. And it went so dry, and so did like my scalp. It instantly went dry, like in a few hours. What happened was that I went to my room and I covered up myself in a mask and a stole, and I cried. And when I think about it, I felt so underconfident back then because of how I looked. But to this day, when I realized it, it was that people actually told me, okay, you do not look too good. This is not something that, girls are not supposed to look like this. You should have clear skin and stuff. And then I realized that I'll need to work on my skin. Maybe I'll have to hide it. And what I did was that, when you have sensitive skin and when you have a reaction to that sensitive skin, it takes a time period to like heal and stuff. But what I did, I actually wanted to hide my skin under something, and I applied so many creams that had oil in it. And what happened was maybe like the dry part actually, it was under those creams and those oils. But what happened, I got even I damaged my skin even more. So what I'm trying to convey to all of you out there, the the moment you start using makeup or skincare products to hide your actual skin, you are deceiving yourself. You are literally degrading your personality, your self-esteem, and your self-confidence. And to all the people out there who actually point out people, oh, you have acne, oh, you have such a dry skin, oh God, why are you not, you're not, you don't have a particular skin shade. Why will anybody want to have a white skin shade? Somebody who has a different skin shade, as in brown or black, they are equally beautiful as someone who has a much, a fair complexion. All right. So to all the people who, taunt people for their skin color, and they taunt them for acne and pimples, please stop doing it. People actually face a lot of problems in the future and with their self-esteem. All right. So moving further, then we have say size and shape. So when I came across this topic, I was actually a part of a mental awareness campaign in my school a few days ago. And we had to write down like chits about how we're feeling and what's bothering us. All right, so somebody wrote that I am fed up with people taunting me about my body. And somebody got up. It was a boy. I think he was from like sixth or seventh grade, and he mentioned that he felt so underconfident in his own skin because he was, fat, and the next guy stood up and he said he was skinny, and he was bullied for it. And he even said that children in school, you know, they beated him up. उनने उसको इतना मारा that he actually feared coming to school. Now understand this thing. That children, literally, he was 14 years old, a boy who is in his teens and is underconfident about his body that he just hates school. Parents and teachers, first of all, please educate children about bullying, about the harmful effects of bullying. Children might do it as a joke, like, "Oh, तू तो बहुत मोटा है, क्या हो गया है? तू तो सुकड़ा हुआ है, कुछ खाता नहीं है क्या?" But it, it has a significant impact on somebody's mind. Girls, on the other hand, girls are, expected to be very, very skinny. All right, they are expected to be very skinny. But you know, I have witnessed this myself when I was in sixth grade. It still makes me, so emotional about the fact that I was just a 13-year-old or a 12-year-old. And what happened was that people actually bugged me out because I was very tall. And at the same time, I wasn't fat, but I wasn't skinny as well. So they told me, "यार, तुम तो ना मोटी हो ना पतली हो जाओ थोड़ी, And what I did was that I stopped eating and I actually used to chug down 2 gallons of water, like 2 gallons of water. And the amount of harmful effects that it had on my body were insane. To this day, I cannot like eat properly because of those taunts and the taunts that I still get for how I look. I used to sometimes I look actually very fat, and that is when people come to me and like, "कितनी मोटी हो गई हो, कितना खाती हो?" And then I stop eating for some reason. And what happens is that I lose a lot of weight, and people are like, "कुछ खाती नहीं हो क्या? कितनी पतली हो गई हो?" And that is the point I realize. Whatever you do in your life, jitna karoge, people will never be satisfied. So the point is, moral of the story, guys, it is not your responsibility to satisfy people's needs. It is not your responsibility to satisfy how people want you to look. It is not your responsibility. लोग कहेंगे, लोगों को कहना ही सिर्फ आता है. You should not take such taunts to heart because I have been through this. I have been bullied for being fat. I've been bullied for being actually I have been bullied for being white. This particular time I was in my tuitions and this boy came across and they actually named me as a rice ball, and somehow it affected me so much because I don't know, I was because they said that she is बहुत गोरी है उसके बाद इतना you know मोटा मुंह है उसका, we'll call her rice ball. That was the moment it actually somehow bothered me. It bothered me to an extent, but then I was like, they will say things about me, and at the end of the day, it shouldn't even matter. At the same time, if I talk about, the weight of guys, they want to be muscular, they want to have that bulky body or, have the body with guts and stuff. The thing is, it's fine as long as you want to do it. All right, you want to go into fitness, you want to go and exercise and stuff. You are interested in like, exercising and workouts and stuff. But I met a person sometimes a long time ago, and the person said that I am very underweight and I want to gain weight. So basically, what happened? That person went sick, and he actually lost a couple of pounds more. So what happened? He got so underconfident, and I got so bothered by this fact. It was because he was he was like bullied for being skinny and stuff, and then he himself started degrading his own personality. क्या हूँ मैं, सिकुड़ा हुआ होता हूँ, कुछ खाना मतलब it's like मैं कुछ खाना चाहूँ तो खा लेता हूँ, but then it does not make any difference. He goes to the gym, and this leaves such a negative impact on anybody's mind. So before you comment on somebody's weight, like you comment on somebody being skinny, that is skinny shaming, and you call them, "अरे कुछ नहीं खाती है, कुछ खाती भी है कि नहीं, लगता है मरी जाएगी," you know, and things like that. And when you're fat shaming somebody, you say that कितना खाता है ये, कितना खाती है ये, फट जाएगा अभी, फट जाएगी अभी. Please stop it. You do not realize the impact that it leaves on somebody's mind. Please stop behaving like that because you do not know what that person is going through. So before you start to actually comment on somebody's weight, please stop and realize what you're seeing, because it actually leads a person losing his or her self-esteem and confidence. I came across a person while this mental health awareness camp was going on. I met a person. He is Kashmir's most youngest Mount Everest climber. So, you know what he said? He said that when he was a child, he was bullied for being skinny and he was beaten up many times at his school. And he said, to this day, I never wear like shirts of my size and I never wear jeans because to this day I feel so uncomfortable in those clothes because I still am working on myself, but I still have such a slow self-esteem and confidence. So before you comment on somebody's body shape, weight, or anything, please keep in mind that some people are going through a hell lot of stuff in their life and your comments are not appreciated. अगर आप कुछ अच्छा नहीं बोल सकते हैं, बेहतर है कि आप चुप बैठे. If you want to say something good, please go ahead. You making somebody's day or somebody's life for that matter. But अगर आपके पास कुछ अच्छा कहने के लिए है ही नहीं, तो बुरा भी ना कहें. So it is important to, challenge body shaming and celebrating diversity and individuality. People should not be judged by their appearance, but by their character, abilities, and achievements. People should not feel pressured to conform to unrealistic and harmful ideals, but to embrace their natural beauty and express themselves authentically. People should not compare themselves to others, but to appreciate their own strength and uniqueness. Now, let me tell you this thing. We all are on Instagram and we see these people who have such a fit body, such a great lifestyle and stuff. I am a social media influencer. Maybe I'm not that consistent at all, but I own a YouTube channel. I'm on Instagram and I do such things as well. And let me tell you, I make it as real as possible. I But the thing is, social media is fake. The things that you see on social media, there's a second part of it that you do not see on social media. And that is the thing that people need to keep in their mind. Social media is very fake. So do not compare your life to the life of anybody on social media because it is fake. So, uh, what you all should get from this podcast is that beauty always lies in the eyes of the beholder. All of us are unique. We are beautiful. We are unique and we should be cherished and we are worth everything in this world. We do not need to change ourselves for the unrealistic expectations and the unrealistic beauty standards. With that, please appreciate your bodies. Your bodies actually go through a lot, during your lifetime. So you need to appreciate your bodies. Eat healthy, exercise daily, and do not listen to anybody's taunts. And people, do not taunt anybody. That was me, Sufeenah Khan. I'll meet you in my next podcast. Till then, Allah Hafiz.